And at the end of the day, just some really scrappy fights, and the Terran came out on top. So it's got to switch gears now and head into a TvZ, which is a. But yeah, we're gonna best of 7 this thing. Game 1's gonna be on your Disco Bloodbath, and I am ready to go.
Here we are, spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map. It's Cure.
And in the bottom rightish, he's blue. He's Zerg. He's Impact.
Okay, let's talk predictions. Who do you think's gonna take this?
I'm gonna go Cure. If you're gonna let me choose, I think Cure has this today. He's just again abjectly terrifying. It is TvZ from what I've seen. I'm gonna say 5 games. 5 games win for Terran.
Okay, so a 4-1.
Yeah, what do you got?
I think it's gonna be. It's tough to say that Cure can lose this, but I think it's gonna be close. I really believe Impact is a great Zerg player, and so I think we're gonna have a 4-3. Going the way of Cure.
7-game series. All right.
I'd love it. I mean, we'll see how the first few games go, because that usually determines in these online cups. It's if someone gets like a 3-0 or whatever, it's not usually a reverse all kill or whatever, or a reverse sweep.
Usually not. No.
SCV Scout from Cure doesn't want to deal with any early Ling shenanigans, which is great to see. I'm feeling a BC rush. Let's see it. Game 1, BC rush.
Fair enough. I don't know. I feel like Zergs can handle it now.
But they're still complaining on Reddit.
Well, yeah, because everybody on Reddit's platinum. Like, come on.
Oh, look at this from Kier, the eBay block at the 3rd of the Zerg.
That's unorthodox.
I love it. Kier is
too.
a Terran who will do this repeatedly, sometimes a bunker, this time in eBay, and he totally just jebaited this drone out, so now it's going for a hike towards the 4th, where it'll be safe.
Oh, the Reaper didn't even chase it in. Oh, then it did. Is that a juke? That was that mind games out of Cure. Either way.
I think we're playing 4D chess right now, as there's an eBay at the 3rd of the Zerg. Reaper heads on home. Knows that there's Lings out on the map. The 3rd of the Zerg is delayed a bit. 3 minutes into the game, no 3rd just yet.
Yeah, I mean, starting at 307 isn't ideal, but it's not like you're going to lose at this point.
Yeah, it's not terrible. 3rd base on the way for Cure already, though, and that's actually faster than the Zerg's 3rd.
Yeah, that's just some greed out of Cure we're seeing.
I like it.
A couple Hellions. Overlord knows it's not a big Marine play, because he'd be dead if it was. We're going to take that high ground little disco box on the right side of the base. High ground, always so important for Zergs. You have veto maps that don't give you nice high grounds like this.
What do you think's inside the box?
I don't know. Remember my theory about if you destroy the box, it
God,
blinds everybody for 2 seconds?
No, not this again.
I'm not going to keep pushing it. It's just that's what I think's inside the box. It's a flashbang.
Flashbang.
Overlord speed is done. Nice. Overlord can stay alive now. Slow Overlords die to everything.
If the Zerg takes care of it. A lot of Zergs, even after they've got Overlord speed, they just resign their Overlords to die. It's like, you could have saved it.
Checks the gas there. Interesting, interesting.
This is, it's just going to be a bile play. 2 racks bile.
2 racks, 1 starport. We got our factory. Reactor coming up. Those are going to be medevacs. The Marines trying to make sure Impact doesn't see this.
I mean, he's doing a good job.
Yeah, the patrolling Marines do a fantastic job.
The stim has been identified, but the 3rd hasn't. Well,
that
now
Overlord, are you sure?
Yeah, it's just
Overlord
now been identified.
Yeah, okay.
So Impact's gonna want to come. That is a quick third, Mr. Terran. With Stim on the way, 2 Medivacs about to pop out. We will be entering that drop phase in the game. I am a little bit concerned of a potential counterattack here because Kier is going to be moving out with these Medivacs to drop. His third is going to be pretty undefended here.
And Impact is making 16, 20 lings with 1-1 and a Baneling Nest. He is not intending to defend with that.
No,
these are aggressive lings.
Definitely put the aggression onto Kier, realizing that Kier cut Hellions in this game. He only made a pair.
Yeah, this push is not getting anything done. There's way too many lings on the map. The queens are here too. Tumors are going to die, but that's what their job is. They die so that drones don't have to.
Yeah, doing a good job buffering there. The Overlord goes down. That was a good scan from Kier, though, as he was able to pick up all those tumors. Gets the newly replacing ones. Banelings are moving forward, but those are very undefended Banelings. Nothing to buffer for them. They just get sniped down. And Impact is going for this counterattack. It's a big counterattack at that. The third base is going to be ransacked here, but drones dying back at home. The third needs to lift for Kier. That is an important thing. Okay, so that gets lifted up. The Marines picking off all the queens, though, and there's still nothing to repel this.
No, this has been the most effective push of all time that I said would get nothing done.
What a start to this series.
Okay, so it's finally repelled, but crikey.
Tank setting indeed, but I think that definitely went the way of the Terran there. I mean, he just had his third base lifted, whereas the Zerg lost all of his queens. He had his mining denied at his third base for a long time. And while he got up a fourth base, I mean, the supply really tells the story here. Zerg equal with the Terran? I think that's pretty alright for the Terran in this situation if we look at the worker count.
Upgrades are pretty even at this stage too, as infantry is coming in for the Terran, and 1-1 is already done for the Zerglings on the other side.
Yeah, there's no Banelings.
No Banelings, different hooks on the way. The 1-1 Lings should be able to handle this, especially in these numbers, and they do. So Kier just keeping the pressure on. Just more, just 3 more Marines at a time, making 3 reactors at a time. Kier kind of dancing around the edge of the creep, trying to find a way to get in here. Some Widow Mines and drill here too.
Sniper Bane?
No, surprisingly no. Yeah, you'd think it's something you want to do there, but...
Oh, he's unsieging his tanks, though, and it looks like he's going to be moving out for a push. Leaving 1 tank behind and getting up this wall is nice to see. That poor SCV trying to build that depot. Just not happening for him. Impact's going for a counterattack. We'll see if he has more success with this one. We could be seeing a bit of a base tradey situation in a sense, as long as Kier raises those depots. Oh, last second raise. The Widowmine is going to burrow, the tank firing away. There's not too much Zerg at this third base. If Kier gets his reinforcements here, it should be fine, but the SCV is kind of bogged up there.
Why are they fighting?
And the Marines, the reinforcing Marines, need to get down there to help out. The Widowmine goes off.
Pretty good dodge.
That will be saved. Meanwhile, Kier's attack, though, those Marines definitely ate some Banelings there. There was a lot more Marines beforehand.
Factory literally on fire. Throwing down the mules to replace the SUVs that were lost at the third base. Impact is going for Hive here at about 9 minutes. But can he get there is the question. Kier wants to make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, that is a very bold choice for Impact to go for a Hive when it's been like such a scrappy game. Baneling's morphing for Impact? Is he going to be going for just a good old roll into the third base of the Terran?
That's what the supply depot wall is for, though.
Marine's going to have to load up into those. The tank's getting shots up. Focus firing. The Baneling's going to get a few of those. But the tank will be cleaned up.
Counterattack. Impact cruising on in. The Banelings getting in the natural base and in the third base there. 6, 7 SCVs going down. Marines finally clearing it out. No, 3 Lings escaping in the main base at the same time. The attack at the third of Kier gets repelled by the army. And Impact getting some work done here. He's trying to morph a Baneling in the mineral line.
Hey, Baneling. You gotta give it to him for trying. Does disrupt the Terran's economy a fair bit. Kier, please repair that command center.
He is.
Okay.
And
Trust he
Impact's
wouldn't
getting
let that die.
Impact's getting Burrow. I love
Oh.
to see Burrow banelings in a game like this.
Not just burrowed banelings, but 28 potential burrowed banelings.
28
Impact.
burrowed banelings. That seems like overkill.
Impact's really learning to skip those mutas and just invest in banes. I like it. As opposed to that game number 1 that he played, I'm really enjoying how he's just making this massling style instead of playing with the mutas and everything.
Yeah, I think mutas are done. Alright, pushing in, clearing out more tumors here. Ultralisk Cavern on the way, Adrenal Glands coming in and +3 armor for the melee.
Oh, good trade there for Kira. As long as he gets those Marines in. Lifts up in time. Ling counterattack
any
moving
queens you
towards
can
the
kill.
newly established, or newly attempted a fourth base for Kira. The Widow Mines hit everything.
Well, except for the handful of lings that are
Just
up here
a
that are running
bloody
for their
pulp
lives.
left on the ground there, pretty much. I mean, the
That's
Mines, 7 kills, 16 kills, and another at 16 kills. Some of those being
Marines
friendly
dead.
fire.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's marine blood mixed in there too.
I mean, the supply really is in the favor for Kier this game, but Impact is starting to reach that scary tech. He's finished up an Ultra Cavern. He's got Vipers on the way. Adrenal Gland's gonna finish up. Marines unloading into the main base. Shooting at the third base from down below. Picking off that spine, engaging the Queens. Gonna get a Queen or two. Have to load on up to get on out of there. Ooh, narrowly escaping. Finds that-
Chitinous plating on the way here too for the ultras.
Oh, attempts at burrowed banelings reveals the burrow there, so Kira's going to be a lot more careful from here on out. Widow Mine's going off. Left
Whoa.
and right. Oh, there's more banelings rolling forward. Oh, that Widow Mine! Oh, that was a huge connection.
Oh, that was humongous.
Oh, so
That
many
was
dead
like-
banes.
That was like 10 dead Banes right there, doing nothing for Impact. I mean, the good news is Impact has some time to breathe here to make his Ultralisks. What you really need, if you have Ultras, though, is also some fungal. Like, Bio runs away pretty well from Ultralisks, as it turns out.
Yeah, or Vipers.
Or Vipers. Something. He needs something to go with these Ultras. It's not going to work Lingbane Ultra just
The
alone.
Nidus is cool to see.
Yeah, Nidus might help. Nidus, like, in the main, get Ultras right in there, then buildings can't run away that easily. Although it is Terran,
getting
so.
up the 5th base, which is good to see. Terran
He's getting
not just
building armor,
getting
too.
Stuck. Yeah, the building armor is good, too. Really helps your PFs.
Against this Ling Baneling stuff for sure.
A
Right
second
side.
fusion core on the way for Kier.
Alright. Battle cruisers, maybe late game?
There's still no reason to build 2 fusion cores.
I mean, advanced ballistics and Yamato?
We're not on the new patch yet, though.
Oh, right. Never mind. No reason. You were correct. We have them anyway, though.
He just really wants to go into the late game, is all.
Yeah.
And he is. I mean,
Very
he's got up a
excited.
few more starports. He's making, getting that ghost upgrade. Fusion core. Gonna be able to make Liberators to counter those Ultras. He's looking to secure a 5th base, which is good to see. I'd really like to see Kira throw up, like, 2 or 3 more command centers now. He's got a 3k bank, and if you're a Terran, you should always be building new command centers.
Yep. Even if you don't put them somewhere, just upgrade them to orbitals and have mules
Oh,
available.
absolutely, and then you just don't have to worry about running out of scans and everything. It's very, very nice
Yeah.
for the Terran. Oh, Impact, I think, is going to be getting a bit aggressive here. With that Anabolic Synthesis upgrade finishing, his Ultras are very quick. They're going to be able to close the gap here as they're looking to go in for an attack. They do hesitate for a second, though. I think it's time for Kier to break down that cooling tower.
It'd be nice, I think. And Aspire is now on the way from Impact.
Okay, I see one more CC. There we go. 2 more CCs going up for Kier, but he's still got so much money in the bank. There we go. 3, 4. Okay, this is what I like to see from a Terran now. Nidus getting called in the main base. The Overlord will get killed off, though, and that Nidus does get shut down. Good job there from Kier, because it's unpleasant having Ultras pop up into your base.
It is pretty much the worst thing to experience, I think, in this game.
It's just surprise as
Yeah.
that big old Ultra climbs
Oh,
out of that
Kier-
Nidus worm.
Kira's now making 6 command centers at once, so yep,
Oh,
that's what we're doing today.
okay, he's really winning my heart right now.
Yeah.
And he's still got 2.5k minerals in the bank.
Yes.
You can never have enough command centers. We could be in it for the long haul here, ladies and gentlemen.
He's going for the EMP upgrade, which I guess maybe to catch the Vipers, but Impact just kind of poking around, trying to find something to kill. It's just not working for him at this stage. Too many Widow Mines. Widow Mines are actually pretty good against Ultras, but especially because they ignore armor. Parasitic Bomb getting tossed down on one of the medevacs doesn't really accomplish much.
Looks like we've got the Zerg player wanting to charge on in here. One of the command centers gets killed off. That's a nice pick off there.
Yeah, but I'm sure Kier's like, I have 5 more where those came from.
That is why you build 5. And he even builds another to replace it. Thank you, Kier. Banelings roll forward, kill off 5 SCVs, but at this point Kier can afford to lose a few, free up that army supply. Meanwhile, more Ghost Academies on the way, advanced ballistics. We're going to be entering the mass nuke territory. Kier is looking to go for a drop or two as well, which I'm very glad to see, because he does need to trade out his supply. He's got 42 Marines and some Marauders as well, so you really want to trade those out at this point in the game and get into some better tech units like more Liberators, Ghosts, and everything.
Yeah. I mean, steady targeting is great against Ultras. I've just never seen the nuke strategy be used when the Zerg is going Ultra.
You're right about that. Usually it's when there's Broodlords, but here is just taking us time, or Impact is just taking us time to get to that.
I mean, 8 Corruptors are on the way. We could get Greater Spire pretty easily. If we don't have it already.
Look at this. Overseer's just setting up behind the bases here, just being a pain. Oh! Snipe! Pop, pop!
Nice.
This other Overseer needs to get picked off. And I'm guessing it will be at some point. Ghosts don't have the energy for the snipe, though. Impact taking the base in the top right and the bottom left is something that I really like to see if you're a Zerg player.
Oh, yeah.
Take the map. Take every base. Throw up this one. Okay, he's doing that. Maybe this one, too.
That one, absolutely. Just take as many bases as you can.
Yeah, and then just move out.
You're going to lose some, and the more you have after that, the better off you are.
Absolutely. Look at that. 4 hatcheries on the way. There's a lot of centers here for Zerg hatcheries and Terran command centers this game.
Yeah, this is going into super late game right now. That Ghost, pretty brave out on the creep. Oh, down south does end up.
Oh, there we go.
No.
Oh, poor Ghost.
I think the Ghost got murdered.
Yes,
real
he
fast.
walked into that spine throw. Wait, no.
That one's alive.
Alright, and another nuke being called on in here, and this is where we begin to see those continuous nukes. What I don't want to see this game is Kier throw away his beautiful bank by throwing nukes haphazardly towards the Zerg. You've got to be smart how you use them. Otherwise, as a Terran, you can absolutely throw away your lead or your bank just by nuking over and over again, by losing expensive ghosts, by losing expensive nukes.
Right. Ghosts are expensive. They look small, but they are expensive.
Okay,
and here we
look
go!
at this. Engagement going down.
Failing
Ultras crashing
Planetary Fortress gonna get taken down.
What an attack
of
from Impact.
He's dying.
Here is losing a lot here.
Going after the medevacs. The Marines are kind of just standing in there. That's not how you want to do this.
Kier just lost a lot there.
What is happening? Army supply is only 70 for Kier right now.
That is what happens when you try and defend Ultras and Vast Pains with pretty much just bio. 2 Ghosts are here. They're going to snipe that Ultra. It'll survive though because he is a big boy, and that was a nice attack from the...
Look at these Corruptors. They're just like, Liberators, huh?
And they do not care about turrets, so they're just flying on over.
So little about turrets compared to Mutalisks.
Oh, so tanky.
They are.
Wow.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh. Whoa! I thought we were going to have a long one there. And I'm a little sad. Kier just died. He just died. Oh man.
That attack was massive.
Yeah, he just wasn't consolidated enough, and Impact's like, I got a lot of Banes, I got Corruptors and Ultras. I don't see enough Liberators or enough PFs or whatever to defend versus that.
I can't believe... Wow.
That was a lot of build-up.
It was, and Kier went from like 75 workers to about 40 in the span of about 30 seconds. Like, that was brutal.
Okay, that was unexpected.
It
I
really
thought-
was.
I was unpacking my tent. I thought we were going to be here all night.
Usually when you start seeing the
Yeah.
nukes, it's going to turn into like a 40-minute game.
Oh, that was so unsatisfying. We just watched them build command centers and hatcheries, and then the game just ended.
I mean, my little Zerg heart was pretty happy seeing that.
Yeah, of course it was.
So there was that. But outside of that, yeah, I hear you. Wow. All right, both players antsy, ready to get in here
Yeah,
to
Impact
Thunderbird.
is spamming chat. He really wants to make me have to scroll up far to find the next map.
Probably not thinking about that, but that is really spammy.
Yeah, you gotta go fast if you're a StarCraft 2 player.
Gotta go fast. Thunderbird here for game number 2 of our best of 7.
Alright, here we are. It is a best of 7, and spawning up in the top left-hand side of the map, he totally just ruined everything that last game was building up to. It's Impact.
And spawning in the bottom right, from my perspective, Cure ruined everything that we're building up to by not adequately preparing for that.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't break down those rock towers, did he?
I'm victim blaming here.
You are victim blaming indeed. Poor innocent Terrans.
Yep.
The poor Zerg. I mean, maybe Cure should have... I mean, he had a lot of supply in bio that doesn't really do a lot at that point. So I guess he should have traded out more.
Faster.
Yeah, and he just didn't do that. Did we introduce the players?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because I victim blamed.
Oh yes, you did. I mean, that could have been a TvZ of the year, and it just got taken away from us.
It sure did.
And that just goes to show that we've got Impact, not like Cyril or anyone in this, because other Zergs might have just played it a bit more passive than that.
Cyril would not have attacked up that ramp. There's no way.
No, I mean, it
Plus
was a good call though from Impact. He's like, hey, I got Ultras and tons of Banes and Corruptors. You don't have enough.
No.
Cure should have turned one of his 10 orbitals into a planetary. Had an extra planetary there to defend.
It would have been nicer. Would have helped a lot.
Pretty normal stuff this game. I mean, Thunderbird could definitely be a long one as well, but of course, until I see it, I ain't gonna believe it. Reaper moving across the map. In he goes.
And let the dance continue. Somebody needs to shake up the TvZ opening meta. Because
And do what?
just make it different. Something.
I mean, sometimes Special will make 2 Reapers.
That's true. And sometimes it's a proxy barracks, and that's
What do you
interesting.
mean? In the last game, Cure, like, built an eBay at the Zerg's 3rd.
True. But that's not the meta, right?
I guess that's true. So establish a new meta, not just do some crazy stuff.
Right. I'll do crazy stuff and have it work enough to where it does change the meta.
Yeah. What could be better than opening with a Reaper, though?
I don't know.
I mean, they literally designed the maps for this one unit to have a place to jump up.
They sure do. That is taken into consideration every time. Like how that looks like it's kind of a doorway into something, but then it's just
I
a
was
cliff.
checking it out. It's just, no, the way is shut.
It's very Roadrunner and Coyote. Coyote's running in there.
Imagine a Reaper just runs into the wall. Forgets to turn his jetpack on.
It seems pretty automatic, right? I think it's automated. Like
I
if
mean, they
you're
gotta be
steering
pressing
towards a
buttons,
cliff-
right?
I don't know. I think if you're heading towards a cliff, it just senses it and gets you to the top of it or hops you
You
think
think so? You
It's
think the
so
Reaper's
perfect.
not actually controlling it?
It's just so perfect every time.
They must
I
have,
think
like, if we could pull up the portraits or whatever. Like when you click on the unit sometimes or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like, I like to imagine that, like, on the end of his guns or whatever, the Reaper has, like, buttons he presses for the jetpack.
Well, sure. I realize that's a possibility, but I'm just saying, it's always perfect. The timing is always the same every time.
I'm gonna tap it and write an email to Blizzard. We gotta get to the bottom of this.
Either the Reapers are robots, or it's an automated process.
Well, they're not
That's
robots.
all I'm saying. Okay, so it's automated. There's no way Reaper pilot of all the people in the Terran army, the Reaper pilots are not stable enough to do this perfectly every time. Right?
I mean, you never know. They could be good at their job.
But they're perfect at their job. It's not they're good at their job. Look, man, they stick convicts in suits, they inject them with drugs, and say, go shoot stuff. These are not highly trained Terran specialists. These aren't ghosts.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
So we've got a third CC out for Kier. Just getting a wall up at his ramp there, and that makes it pretty easy for a Terran to defend on 3 bases on this map. Whereas the Zerg, who wanted to take a 4th base, a little bit more exposed here, and all of a sudden, Stim Bio coming on in. That is a canceled 4th base. Nicely done from Kier. Impact wasn't ready for that. Look at that, all of his creep tumors and an Overlord getting picked off.
That's a pretty effective push. Cure
Very
looking good.
Push. Look at that. These Marines kiting back versus Lings. The Medivacs healing to the best of their ability. The Hellions killing the Lings as they're lined up. They're adding in some extra firepower. In the end, that drop does mainly get cleaned up.
But look at all these Lings that were forced out. Impact was forced to make a ton of Zerglings that he didn't want to make. He wanted those to be...
And he delayed the 4th base, so not bad. The Terran player also going to want to be getting up more production as this is going on, and Kier really needs to get up some more production. Look at his bank. He goes up to like 800 minerals there. There we go, more barracks on the way. Oh, and look at this, 2 siege tanks. He's going to be using these rocks. Keep in mind, before Kier came in with the first drop, Impact was working away on these rocks, but he wasn't able to kill them because Kier killed off those Lings and forced them to retreat.
Yep, not going to happen. Now the tanks are protected, and this is such a difficult spot for the Zerg.
Oh, this is so smart from Kier. Another CC being queued on up. Another factory, more production going up. Meanwhile, he's just continuously pushing this 4th base of the Zerg. Banelings waddling forward, but their siege tanks in position, and they are now gone.
Why ever leave creep with slow banelings? Don't do it. Centrifugal hooks is like 10 seconds away. Just be patient, man. You're good. You're not going to die here. You're not going to die in 10 seconds. This is Cure just poking in. Again, banelings accomplish nothing.
They just disappear under the fire.
Banelings again. Oh, they got 2 Marines. Never mind. That accomplishes something. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Impact doing some stuff.
Oh, drop reward. Oh, 6 SCVs. Not bad.
Baneling drop?
I guess so.
Must have been. And centrifugal hooks is done. Alright,
there
so
needs
now
to be
things are
some
different.
reinforcements into this push for Kier, or he needs to just retreat at this point, I feel.
There is not much left, is there?
No, there's 2 tanks, a Reaper, and a Marine, and a Hellion.
Cure's dropping up the left side.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's...
Liberator. That's what's killing
another Liberator to the north. This drop still hasn't been cleaned up. The Hellion turns into a Hellbat. Like, if Kier reinforces this position, it could still be very, very good for him. For now, though, Impact's looking to put the pressure onto the Terran, perhaps. Kier boosting on those units across the map. I think he's just going to reinforce that position, and it's going to be very good for the Terran, I feel. The fact that that was never actually cleaned up. That being said, though, oh, counterattack comes on in. 4th base of the Terran under fire, but, I mean, it's mainly all gone, but the Banelings and them on their own will be cleared out. Yeah, nicely done from Kieran. Look at that. He's still using this position. He reinforced it as it was never cleaned on up. Those rocks were never broken down, and the Banelings are just evaporating.
Oh, those tanks. How many kills you got, tanks? Let me see.
Oh, let's see.
19 and 20 kills on those tanks. They are happy tank commanders.
The fourth
Planetary
base.
Fortress up.
Yeah.
A little better at holding against this kind of thing once you're actually a planetary instead of
this.
just a command center.
Kier wants to take this even further, just continuously pressuring the fourth base of the Zerg. The Zerg player may finally get one of the tanks because it was moved to the front line, but another is just hanging out here still.
That Widow Mine came off cooldown about a second before it was dead and then fired and killed some lings. That was amazing.
Widow Mines are spiteful.
Oh.
Overlord
Hive
gonna
on the
have
way.
a bad time.
Yes.
Alright, looks like
all over the SCVs.
That Widow Mine gets 15 kills.
Oh!
Another going off. Looks like that this will finally be cleaned on up, but the tank even getting more shots off on the banelings. And then the Widow Mine just going off.
Okay, I'd like you to guess how many banelings have died in this game so far.
56.
36 have died.
Okay, still, that is a lot of banelings.
Which only counts ones that exploded not on their intended targets.
Oh man, there's so many drilling clawed Widow Mines now moving into the Terran. Look at the supply right now. This is just going so well for Kier. I mean, those Widow Mines are getting masterfully detonated there by impact, and is he really going to force that back? Wow, that was an impressive engagement.
Yeah, those were great splits, great target
Oh.
firing. Oh. Beautiful.
Okay, so impact does hold. He bought himself some time. He's still down on supply. The Terran player does have to be careful not to let this slip away. He had himself a nice position, but if he gives the Zerg player too much time to breathe, all of a sudden it'll seem like he did nothing at the start of this game. You gotta keep the ball rolling as the Terran. Oh, Widow Mine? Nicely done by impact. But oh, look at this, and very good drop coming to the north from the Terran.
Yeah, and this is how you do this against Zerg. It's got to be everywhere, killing drones here and there for bases, making sure.
Widow Mines not getting good connections there. Actually going off on the Overlord. Here, though, is still churning out units non-stop. He's maxed out. We're probably going to want to see another CC or two go up for the Terran. There's one more building. And then just throw out more production, make units non-stop, keep trading out with the Zerg is what the Terran wants to do. He's planning on going into the late game again. Two Marauders.
And the Marauders are going to be able to kill it. Yeah. Especially with Stim. Two more drones going down.
Another Nidus, but not happening.
That was in the same neighborhood. Why would you do that?
I mean,
All right,
you gotta try. Niduses are pretty cheap, right?
They are, but you don't put it where the army already is killing your first one.
Alright, Terran player moving on in with this small portion of his army once again, just forcing an odd engagement here. The Zerg player needs to have the correct amount of units to deal with this. Looks like some banelings moving forward, but great lift up there from Kier. Will finally be forced back, though, as the majority of the Zerg army comes in there to deal with it.
I like the Marauder count. We're still pumping those for Cure. Just going to be much better against the Ultralisks. Yeah, way better against Ultras than your Marines are ever going to be.
More and more CCs on the way for Kier. I really like this. He's looking to take a fifth base. His Ling will say no to that, though, being a pain.
Just say no to command center landings. I think I've seen that commercial.
CCs should be able to crush Zerglings.
Yeah, Apps should be able to crush anything. Like, maybe not like, I don't know, a siege tank or a Thor, but...
Thor just
Marines,
sticks his arm up and
Stalkers.
catches the CC.
Yeah, maybe Immortals can hold him off too.
Zerg
These
player
things are all
in.
dead.
Definitely want to turn around there. This game has slowed down, though. Kier's got the odd portion of units out on the map, but he's just ultimately looking to secure more bases, looking to be out on the map with his bio. He's building so many command centers again. Thank you, Kier. We were denied a late game in our previous match. Maybe we'll get it this one. Kier's got himself a nice lead, and he's looking to keep it going by just pressuring all over. He's going to be losing these Marines and Marauders, but he's getting ready to replace those units with things like Liberators, probably with Ghosts at some point too, and that will prevent a repeat of what happened in the previous match.
Yep. Kier is much more prepared for it. Way more prepared for it now than he was.
That army value really does go to show how the Terran is going to want to invest in better units. and eventually trade that out, because the Zerg's army value will continuously rise and rise and rise as they get up to more Ultras and Banes, as long as they're continuously trading out. The Terran's going to want to do the same. Liberator's on the way. Great to see. Ghost's on the way.
Yeah, he's much more anti-Ultra this time around.
Yeah, definitely. I'd even like to see some of these command centers that he's building at the front be a planetary. Like, he's got so much money, just build a planetary or two for extra defense. Like, I think it's actually worth it for the Terran.
Is that a Nidus Swarm erupting? Yes, it is.
Where then?
Oh, that was it.
Ah.
Right there. Because the creep's still spreading from it.
Lings and Ultras and Banes moving on in towards this location. There's some Marines and Marauders. The Planetary and Liberators will send that Zerg packing, though.
Yep, it wasn't a huge committal there from Impact, but Kier does send back anyway.
Building armor on the way for the Terran again. That's good to see. Gonna want to
here we
finish
go.
up that.
3 Ghost Academies on the way and a nuke in production.
Please don't let Impact just like, hey, move the Terran again. I want to see how this is gonna play out in the late game. People are always saying how Zerg has arguably got the best late game, but Kier's going about this pretty intelligently, I feel. Another command center. I'd honestly like another planetary or two. If he can definitely afford it.
It's got 1,600 gas. Yeah, of course.
Oh. Nuke being called on in.
That's a canceled nuke.
Oh,
Steady targeting on the Ultra list.
There's not a lot for the Terran here, seemingly to stop this. That Ultra does get fried by the snipes there. Command centers have died to this, though. Snipes going down on the Banelings shows a desperate Terran there, as he doesn't have that much bulk here actually to stop this. Bio is going to deal with that Ultra there. This attack on the front will be cleaned up, and Kier will repel the Zerg, but that definitely goes to show what happened in the last game could definitely happen in this one, as the Terran's army can be a little bit flimsy until it's really established.
I mean, Impact really hasn't sent that big everybody pushed anywhere. He's really just sent smaller groups into different areas, trying to multitask here, but I don't know. Kind of feel like he'd probably have more success just going for it like in the last game, but like you said, now we have more Liberators, we have more Planetary Fortresses, more Ghosts, more steady targeting all over the place, Widow Mines. It's a much more difficult thing to ask the Zerg player to do.
Yeah, the Terran does have supply all over. Like, he's got Marines here to prevent Niduses, he's got Marines, Marauders here, which is very nice for the Zerg. So, I mean, there is a chance that Impact could punch into one of these locations and break it here. I mean, right here there is, there's just a couple of libs and a planetary. This does look good for the Terran, though. Look at the banks. Corruptors moving on in, looking to pick off some Liberators. That's nice. As that's happening, though, nuke gets called on in. Another nuke. There's another Ghost running forward, probably for a third nuke. Let's see how this plays out. Zerg moving towards the south there, but there's that one nuke going off.
Goodbye, drones.
Nuke. There should be another. Looks like that one was cleaned on up. There's another being called on into the main base. So this base, though, down here was cleaned up. 15 drones died, though.
Yeah, Impact's okay, I think.
Yeah,
Making 15 more drones.
Nothing game-ending at this point.
No, his mineral bank isn't very healthy, though. If you're looking, he doesn't have or his gas bank, for being honest.
The Zerg does need to be careful here. You can just kind of YOLO in and crash into a Terran in a sense, if it'll potentially end the game like it did in that last match. However, if you just crash into like a planetary with a ton of Ultras and Banes and you don't get significant damage done, you will trade out very ineffectively, and the Terran will just win out because the Zerg will eventually go broke.
Oh, the Ultra's Cavern went down there.
Oh, this Ghost gets the nuke off and then dies. Meanwhile, Kira just building more and more nukes non-stop. 4 more CCs on the way for the Terran.
Dude, Impact is not replacing his Ultralisk Cavern. He can't make any after.
Snipes going down.
Steady targeting, so good!
Even on a Baneling, catches an Infestor.
Ooh, an Infestor. That's a great target, too.
Yeah.
Baneling's getting, again, hit once more.
That is one of the first Infestors that we've seen come out of the Zerg player as well. It would be good to see Impact get more. Eventually, like, the part of Zerg... Oh, these nukes gotta get cleaned up. Where is that? Oh, right there.
Oh, he has no HP, too.
Oh, man. The drones! Not the drones! Oh, Impact takes a big hit to his economy. Meanwhile, a nuke connecting to this hatchery as well. Yeah,
Impact?
these nukes. More and more going down.
Just on the edges of the creep at this point, going
not?
after static defense.
I got... Kier has mad money that he can spend on whatever. Bio finishes off that hatchery, which is nice. Gets a few drones as well. Another nuke being called in on here as this ghost is still just hanging out. Another nuke being called in. Oh, man. Oh, no, the Lings! Oh! GG!
No!
Okay. Kier nukes his way to a tied series in this best of 7.
Rain of Fire gets it done for Terran today. Woo! That was a lot of nukes.
That
really
was.
landed a lot, too. I mean, even somebody as good as Cyril has a really hard time keeping up with that many nukes going off all the time. It's hard to do.
Yeah, that's the dream scenario for the Terran right there, in which the Zerg has given you enough time to sit back. You have a good economy, you can just throw into nukes, and you're the one forcing the Zerg to react, not the other way around.
Yep. Just sitting back, sending ghosts out everywhere, killing static defense. Ridiculous. Ridiculously fantastic display there.
Yeah, well done by Kier, tying that up. And that's what he wanted to do in map number 1. And we maybe see why Impact attacked on in there, but attacked in there in game number 1. I mean, I would like to see Impact try making some Infestors, though. It really changes the dynamic of how the matchup plays.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for all the complaining you see on Reddit about Infestors, you'd think we'd make more than 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think there was like literally 1 Infestor that game.
And it just got sniped right down, so... And also no Broodlords. He has no confidence in his Broodlords, it would seem.
No, and I mean, while he didn't have a ton of money, he wasn't completely broke.
If you can make 10 Ultras, you can make Broodlords.
Good
Just
point.
saying.
Alright, here we are, spawning in the bottom right-hand side of the map. Playing for Jin Air Green Wings. It's Kier.
And in the top left, he's red, he's Zerg, he is Impact. And he is afraid of making Broodlords.
Yes. Some Zergs just have their style and they'll stick to it till they die.
But that's how you lose. You can't stick to stuff that's not working. I don't know, man. Hey, we got a proxy!
Wait. Look at the position. Is he going to float these into the Zerg's main or something?
It doesn't work against... I mean,
But look
it
at
could
how
work
far
against Zerg.
around the Marines are going to have to go.
He could float it in. Creep vision is actually pretty terrible off the edge of creep.
Yeah. Like, because if he is just going for a normal Marine proxy, let me zoom out here. Like, the Marines have to go so far down and around here to get towards the natural. Could he do it?
I think he's going to try to lift him.
The mad lad. This is so ballsy from Kier if he does this. Either way. Yeah, I mean, he's rallying a command center there. Okay, it's a Reaper. He did get a gas behind this. It's just 1 gas, 2 racks, Reaper. No SCV is going around. Where's this guy going? Looks like he is going to be going home. There's no bunker or anything being attempted to be thrown up in the Zerg, which I'd have liked in this scenario. SCV going back home might be a little bit suspicious for Impact, maybe. Okay.
All right, Reaper shows up, and there's literally nothing to defend.
Yeah, the Lings are going to take a minute
gosh.
to finish up.
I mean, sure, you can turn your drones into spores all you want, but you do that too much, it really hurts.
Oh, one
Oh,
drone goes
too late.
down. Lings do pop out, but a second Reaper shows on up, and this is where the endless kiting seemingly begins.
And there's where a third Reaper's gonna show up. Kitty 8 charge is getting tossed down.
Oh, and the spore crawl. Oh, it almost finishes.
Oh.
Quick reaction from Impact. However, he wasn't able to save that other drone. He's now down 2 drones. Lings are just finishing up. Or just spilling forward to get picked off. Keep in mind, 2-Rax Reaper was a big staple in the meta not too long ago.
It's true.
Oh, this
And even
queen.
further back,
Oh, the
that
queen. Oh, it's so close to going down.
She has like 0 HP, man.
Oh, wow. Look at that, though. The Terran player forced away, and the barracks have already lifted off. So, Kier just made 3 Reapers with this. He didn't get the queen. And oh, look at this, though. This is smart.
Barracks with the high ground, very nice.
Yeah, to allow the Reapers to get up there. That queen is just hiding. Kier wants to find the queen, but she is staying as far away from those Reapers as she can. Grenade being tossed on down, working away on that queen. Kier's micro with these Reapers is very, very good.
Yeah, I can't believe he hasn't lost a single one yet. That's very fantastic.
2 injured queens, 2 very injured queens for the Zerg player. But I feel like this is a great spot for Impact, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's not bad. His natural base is fine. His drone count is looking pretty healthy here, too. The Reapers aren't really going to be able to do much of anything from this point on. They're not like there's any more being made.
Okay, Kier, he's just... The level of micro he's giving these Reapers is very impressive. Oh, look at this, though. A Roach Warren for Impact. This is that Zerg aggression we could be seeing. He knows that the standard response to something like this for the Terran usually is to go for like a 3rd CC. And Roach Warren really could punish that.
Yeah, Ravagers especially. Roaches, eh. We'll see. Liberator about halfway complete here. Overlord scouts everything. And does not escape with its life.
A small price to pay for salvation.
Absolutely. Impacts, there you go. 3rd base is just about done. And he's going to transfer some drones down if he's smart.
Yeah, the 3rd's finishing up at the same time for each player. However, Kier is not aware, and he is not prepared so far for what's going to be coming his way. He's going for a Liberator harassment. He's thinking about slowing down a macroing Zerg, not defending from an offensive one. Two roaches. 3 roaches? 4 roaches. Not super committed here because Impact has gone back into droning after this. However, he's still going to be looking for some damage. The Reapers and Hellions have actually caught these roaches out on the map. And in small numbers, they can take an engagement.
I don't know, man. I just don't like roaches here all that much. We'll see. We'll see if they get it done.
Yeah, the wall will definitely help Kieran. Oh, look at this. The Liberator harassment. Pretty good. Not able to get that injured queen, though. Reaper's tossing down, or should be tossing down grenades to slow down these roaches. The bunker will be getting up soon.
At all.
Stim will be finished up.
There we go. There's a Ravager. And, yep. Forces a cancel on that +1 infantry armor because the engineering...
Yeah, that's nice.
Not an official cancel according to GameHeart, but definitely an official cancel.
Oh, wow. Stim Marines catching all these roaches. That is nice.
Yeah. Remember what I said about roaches?
I believe you. I'm starting to see why you don't like them.
I hate them against Terrans so much.
I mean, at least Impact kind of realized the error in his ways and didn't make a ton of them.
I mean, he's got 11 on the way.
That's true. He's got to make something to defend, though, right?
He does, but... looking... I just...
Vulcan doesn't like roaches, guys.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I haven't seen it succeed in so long.
Yeah, you're right. Snoot was still playing the game back when roaches were good.
Yeah, there was a time you could do this against Bio. That time is not 2019. Too much has changed. The meta has changed. Terrans, I don't know what it is. I'm not sure if there have been certain buffs and nerfs, but like it used to be, Roach Ravager was pretty viable until about 12 minutes, and that was back before the 12-worker start.
That was back when Ultras were really good, and they were just a means of transporting Zerg to Ultralisk.
Correct, but they were decent. You wouldn't die if you had them.
Yeah, well,
but now
yeah,
it's
you'd
just
have the
like...
Infestors too, though, and then the Fungal got nerfed.
Yes, and then that was the Fungal Bile.
Oh dear. Oh. My mouse just conked out for a second there.
Huh.
It's so random. It'll just happen like once every, say, week or even up to like a month or something. And I'm like, huh, my mouse stopped working. That ain't good.
Is it battery powered?
It is, but it's one of the plug-in ones.
Oh.
So I've always got it plugged in.
Yeah. Oh, that Bailing actually got some hits. Surprise.
Yeah, that was okay for Impact, sending Kier back. Kier, though, is still powering up this game. Making tanks. Bio.
Oh my gosh. Impact is making Mutalisk.
He is making everything you dislike in StarCraft 2 with the Zerg.
But my one question here would be, why? Why are we making Mutalisk?
So he can lose them trying to clean up a drop. Yeah, a few Corruptors probably would seem better. Which then would set you up for Broodlords. However, so far it seems that Impact is immune to making Broodlords.
It's not great. Trying to figure out why.
Oh, could deny the fourth base a little bit.
Yeah, about 3 seconds. Not bad. I'm not liking these mutas, man.
Yeah, odd unit choices here from the Zerg. However, it definitely could work.
See how that muta died in about half a second?
Yeah, Impact's mutas just don't get their value. Whenever you
Nobody's
see
mutas get their... Scarlet's mutas don't get their value anymore.
Yeah, I guess that... You're right. It's sad, but you're right. Look at how hard he's trying, too, to micro those mutas. He's like, yeah, I got 2 Marines and I'm about to lose 3 of them.
Oh gosh, oh gosh. And then you take the slightly wrong path back home and you lose 3 Mutalisks. That's what happens to your mutas. Oh my gosh, that hurts. He's making more!
Well,
it's like, you know what's going really well.
To lose these as well.
What's really going well are these Mutalisks.
Impact won a ladder game back in 2014 with mutas, and he's like, oh, these are probably still good, right?
Huh. Yeah. Remember how you like talking about how there are no Banelings anymore because all the gas is going to Mutalisk?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Well, there's 15 Banelings. There'd definitely be a lot more if he didn't make mutas. And I think you're right with pointing that out. He's got to go for a base trade because he's like, crap, I got no Banelings.
You can't base trade with Mutalisks. Look at him not base trading.
Oh, Impact.
Oh, Impact. Why would you do this? Just make Broodlords, dude. They're good. Just get some Infestors, make some Banelings, a couple Vipers in the mix. Do the stuff.
The tanks are just shelling away on the Lings. Note the lack of Banelings. The mutas
hey, look, the mutas are doing their thing.
Gonna get
2 tanks?
2 tanks? Okay, that's
hey.
alright. And keep in
3
mind, this is only a
tanks?
portion of the Terran's army. The rest is coming in behind this.
Alright, so he wipes out portion 1.
That
portion
was
2 is in
pretty
a lot of
good.
trouble.
This is a lot of portion 2, though. Kier does need to micro, pull back from the Banes, and Kier, Impact is going off creep. And this is 2-2 bio with Medivac support. The Roaches are doing what they can to buffer. Is this actually going to work for the Zerg?
He won that battle. I'll give him that. Oh,
The mines just always find the mutas.
They always find the mutas. Well, that time it hit a single Zergling. That was bad. Alright, alright. Army supply. Impact is up. Yeah. He held. He killed stuff. He still has mutas left over.
Yeah, all it took was Kier fighting with only half of his army. But he held. Drilling Clawed Widowmine drop being queued up from the Terran.
Man, +2 flyer from Impact. He is committing to these
He
mutas.
likes his mutt-mutts.
I keep watching to see a Greater Spire show up, and it's not happening.
Guess how many mutas have died this game?
47.
Okay, 19.
La la la. Drilling
Dead
claws.
drones.
10 drones that are down, and we're not done yet.
Nope. They're all run the lings in so they get shot by the mines too, please. Thank you.
I mean,
That was okay.
yeah, it's better than drones, I guess. I just... Ling Banling Muta, seriously? This is something I can get away with at my D3 level.
Impact is making a Nidus because his mutas aren't good enough for harassing.
No, they're not.
Oh my god. Oh, Impact, why?
Hey, the mutas are still alive, dang it. Oh! Oh, Widowmine shots on
Yeah,
Banlings
that
were
was,
some of the
that
best
was
I've
not
ever
good.
seen.
This is a minefield, a literal minefield from here, and Impact moves forward. He's
And the
only
mutas
got
are all
mutas
dead.
left.
I mean, there's not a ton of Marines here. It's a decent number, but it's not like 30.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Marauders
Marauders
are-
and mines, though.
Yeah.
Impact is going to go on top of this once again, this time with no Banelings, and there's just so many Marines here. There actually is enough. The Banelings finish up, but not in time.
And that's your GG. We're done.
Yeah, we're done here. Pack it up.
We're done. All the
GG.
mutas die, and that's it. Called it.
Oh, Impact.
All right.
Oh, Impact.
I just... I just... Why? Why would you expect to win that game going Roaches into Mutalisk in a TvZ in 2019? Why? What on earth? He is... Honestly, there must be some clinical condition he has where he has an allergy to making Broodlords because he has no interest in making Broodlords today.
No, he'd rather
None.
research +2 flyers attack.
I'm gonna look this up. Impact StarCraft Broodlords. Maybe there's already a theory about this. Somebody has to have noticed this already, right? I just... It's insane! Anybody ever complains about in StarCraft right now, in Twitch chat, on Reddit, on Twitter, is how overpowered Broodlords and Infestors are. Because it's 2011 again.
It's the Korean Zerg thing, right?
What does that mean?
Like, Korean Zergs are always sort of odd with the styles they'll adapt sometimes. Like, for example, the big difference between EU and Korean ZVZ. Like, if you think about it, and sometimes Korean Zergs just have their own style. And everyone in the foreign scene will be like, oh, this is really good, or, oh, you shouldn't do this. And then Korean Zergs will just do it anyway.
But if your style is bad, why?
Because, maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
Like,
I'm
maybe
sorry.
this works. Maybe this works for Impact all the time, right? Maybe he's constantly in tournaments and he's playing against people as good as Cure is, and these strategies work against other Terrans. But I need to see those VODs.
Yeah. I mean, like, Impact's been having good results lately, too. Like, he came
Has he?
second in some Chinese tournament the other day, the All-Stars event for the China Team Championship.
I mean, I can name one Chinese player.
It was with, like, a Korean or two in there.
Okay.
And, like, if you look at, like, his match result, like, he beat some good players.
All right.
But his TvZ, or his ZVT, maybe he just doesn't like playing it. Like, that sort of style or whatever. And he's like, I'll play at a disadvantage because I don't like making infestors. I don't know.
But or Broodlords.
Or
Like, if it
Broodlords,
was,
for that matter.
I mean, Infestors would be better. Infestors pair with whatever you're doing.
Yeah, they do.
Anything. Like, Broodlords without support suck. So, like, okay, don't just make Broodlords to make Broodlords. But honestly, just make Infestors. They're gonna be useful no matter what you're doing. Literally any Zerg strategy on Earth, Infestors are good with it.
Yeah, you're correct with that. In fact, literally just make infestors.
Yeah.
And
just
it'll
make
work.
mass Infestors. Exactly.
Oh man, I played a TvZ earlier today, there was a lot of infestors. So I'm believing that theory. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not at the pro level, but oh boy.
Oh boy. All right. So Impact 3-2 time in the I think what you were just talking about here. The where's the thing? I was hovering and it was showing me what it was. There we go. SC Boy China Team Championship 2019 season.
That would be
round
it.
of 8. Then a 3-2 Zigua, which is another Chinese player that I forgot existed. And he's 2-0'd Supernova recently too, but like.
Yeah, Supernova's not really a current parent.
No.
And he also just lost a drone. This is looking pretty good for Kier. Oh, and he gets the link. Does he get the two? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That is some pretty
This
effective
is a
Reaper
super
Ridge.
Reaper. 6 kills. Oh, what a god Reaper.
Reaper Ridge.
This queen is so angry right now. She is fuming. She just watched a drone. All of her lings made to protect her drone. And then her creep tumor died.
Brutal. And losing that tumor hurts too.
Oh, is he gonna get another? No. Oh yeah, losing the tumor really hurts as a Zerg. Oh no.
What?
Oh.
What are you doing? Why are... Oh, you were mining.
Yeah, he was trying to get rid of those.
How dare you try to mine?
And the Reaper found him. Oh, another drone's going down. If this Reaper gets another drone, impact GG's.
I mean...
I wouldn't blame him if he GG's. Wait! A Hellion or something got in? Yeah, that was a cooked drone or two. This is just the worst opening I've seen for a pro StarCraft 2 player.
Impact is demoralized after his Mutalisk didn't win the game for him.
Maybe he's just like sitting at his keyboard being like... he's just like having this midlife crisis or whatever, or just this existential crisis. He's like, maybe Mutalisks aren't good.
He has like some kind of mental block about making Broodlords, and he's just trying desperately to do it, and he can't. I just don't... I'm just saying, BlizzCon is coming up, LaughNgamez.
Impact's not in it, though, is he?
No, but I'm just saying, if we see any ZVTs where the Zerg player goes rogue...
What if every Zerg just bombs out of BlizzCon? Because they just decide to make roaches and mutas.
Like, Impact is onto something. It's the new meta. Right before BlizzCon.
I was practicing with my good friend. Wait for it, Impact, where everyone just watching is just like, oh no.
Oh no. All more tumors down too. Alright, well, Impact is, 49 workers is not bad, I guess. Could be worse. Recovering from that early drone massacre is not going to be easy, but... Cure doesn't seem super mega aggressive right now.
No, he's just powering up. He's going 3cc bio.
Banshee getting some work done. More drones dying.
A ton of work done.
Ooh.
There is a lair, but there's no spire yet. Suppose that makes you happy. Oh, Kira wants to get that drone and shut down the hatchery. Not able to do it. He's just getting so confident.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel it coming through the internet lines.
Impact, like, if you kill a Zerg's first few units like that, like the Lings, the drone, the creep tumor, you know the Zerg is tilted. And then you want to make them more tilted.
And it just snowballs from there.
Yeah, and we're about to see Kier move out for an attack. He doesn't have an armory yet. He does, however, have Stim Pack. He's going to be moving in with these Hellions. He's got these Marines and a tank as well, and oh, this could be a nasty push, as Impact's gonna have to defend his 4th base, but he does not have Baneling speed yet. Kira's stimming on in, he's got to pull back with his Marines, and he does, to the safety of that siege tank, and this is just a lot of Terran here.
The slow Banelings are just... Every time they get close enough, they die.
1-1 about to finish up for the Terran here, just about 10 seconds out or so. Baneling's pulling off creep. Kira is running away. The tank gets cleaned up.
It does, that's nice. Getting rid of the tank was a big deal. Now Centrifugal Hooks is done.
Okay,
now Kira has to be a little more careful.
Holds.
He does, but Army Supply is half of what Kira's is right now, and he's down on Worker Supply. Impact is in a horrible position.
Yeah,
he needs to win an engagement. Like, he needs to win an engagement handily.
Yeah, he's going to need some good Baneling connections here. Keep in mind, there's also a 1-1 upgrade lead for the next 15 seconds if Kier decides to pick a fight. Impact is going for a counterattack, but Kier on point deflects it. And he brought another tank forward to aid in this push. Oh, Baneling's rolling forward. Not great connections, though.
No, Impact has 32 Army Supply to 59 for Cure. Creep Tumor's getting wiped out here. Hellbat's in the mix. Queen's trying to pick off those Medivacs. Cure just moves back. We're good. Everything's fine. Reinforcing units continuing to come across the map here.
Oh, looks like
Impact?
Bit of a counterattack being planned here. A wall and a tank, though, and Marine stimming to intercept this.
And the Banelings say, what? No, huh? What? Wrong neighborhood, sorry. This isn't our house.
Did Kier actually know about that, or was he just going for that Overlord there in the first place?
I don't know, but the Banelings are back.
Yeah, it worked out for him either way. Marine's gonna split versus these Banes and Lings. I mean, does get wrapped up there. Kier is still dug in at this position right now. Impact is just making more Lings and Banes. He's up to 28 Banelings, so there's a chance that he could wipe this Terran's army, and this is one big counterattack from the Zerg player that's being planned.
Where the heck is Kier's army supply? It's all up here?
Half of it's here and half of it's here, and keep in mind, the bad fight was taken in that other match from Kier when he had his army split up a little bit too much.
Right.
We could see that happen again. Ling counter or Baneling counterattack, but oh, that is a massive waste of Banelings. Get some depots at least to supply block his opponent, but that does not work out very well. Meanwhile, a drop going down for Kier. Impact, keep in mind, he has no mutas, no corruptors, so he can't actually chase down those drops easily.
What kills me is he makes an infestation pit pretty early every game and then never makes any. He has an infestation pit right now.
That.
He's not making
going on in once again. These Marines stimming, and they just evaporate those Banes. That is a lot of Banes thrown away this game. The Ling's coming on in, but oh, the Widow Mines! Oh, we're just watching a slaughter before our very eyes. Okay, Impact has had enough. He says time to go for it. Here's gonna have to evacuate his Marines. He gets out a good chunk of them at least.
I just don't understand it, LaughNgamez.
I don't understand it either.
Like, yeah, it's almost as though he's handicapping himself. He's like, I'm going to win this series making no Infestors and no Broodlords just to prove a point. I don't know what else it is. Why would he not make either of those things?
I am also dumbfounded in regards to this. A Marine drop going down for Kier at this location. Banelings will roll on in. Those Marines have a bad time. Widowmine in position here. 2 Widowmines, actually. Oh! Oh, lucky Link. Oh! Oh! Kier has just been getting such sick value this series. These Marines stimming on in is a little bit bold here. They can always get out in the Medivacs, though, just trading out. You gotta lift up and get out, and he does nicely done from Kier.
Ooh, lost 1 Medivac there, but otherwise got out pretty clean. Chat's going a little bit crazy here, and I imagine they're saying the same things that we are.
Like, Impact, what are you doing?
Yeah, buddy. I need to find a VOD for that series against Time and see what he did. Maybe he beat time without Broodlords and Infestors, and he's like, ha! I'll never need them again.
Maybe. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Here, running. You probably want to split those. Widowmine's just burrowing one after the other.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, big mine connections.
Oh my gosh, the mine connections are good. Impact. He's got his trusty Ultralisk Cavern on the way with no Infestor support. He is making Vipers, though, so Blinding Cloud could help.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. It seems that just every time he starts to get up to this tech, it's like, he's like, yes, I've got 3-3, I got my adrenal glands, and then he just dies. It seems. And I don't know what to say about that. Widowmine drop going down. Oh, dear. 12 dead drones. Kier securing himself up, he's on 4, 5, 6 bases. Getting a lot of money here. Meanwhile, Impact, he's gone 5 bases.
I mean, they're all dead, but they're going to take a lot of lings with them.
And here is that potentially final attack coming in from Kier. He is rather clumped up right now, and he is engaging on the creep, so he's got to be careful. But there's some good splits coming out of Kier. Very good pre-splits. And all of the Banelings are suddenly gone for Impact. He's going for a counterattack, and he kills off the command center there, but him losing this base is much more critical than Kier just losing one of his CCs. More Banelings have finished up. Kier needs to micro those units. Lifts up.
Okay, nice lift up and then unload, and Ling's cruising
the unload is very good. And keep in mind, this is 3-3 bio with a ton of medivacs to support. That's the 3-1 lead for Kier being secured.
I'm just befuddled. I don't get it, man. No Infestors. None. Not a one. You know what helps against large groups of bio? Fungal.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I've been watching a lot of Raynor, been watching a lot of Scarlet, been watching a lot of who else out there that's been playing really well recently.
Impact?
And Impact does not play like anybody else out there.
Yeah. Now you see, the thing is, Impact is, he seems to be just, like, playing the way that some Zergs will play. Like, yes, you make just Lings and Banes, or at least in that last game, he played it like, oh yes, you just make Lings and Banes, then you defend,
yeah,
and then you get into something else, whereas Impact just disregards the then get into something else.
Well, no, the something else is Ultras. He always goes Ultralisks.
Yeah, in that last game he didn't even... Was he getting to them?
He had an Ultralisk Cavern, he just never made any Ultras.
Okay. But yeah, you're right. Like, you gotta get into something... Okay, sorry, I should say ... and then you get into something good.
Yes. Into something good.
I mean, even going Ultras is acceptable.
Well,
but then once the Terran gets the counter to Ultras, you then have to go into the Broodlords or Infestors.
Yeah. Get Infestors anyway. Again, pro tip. Just get Infestors. Okay.
Alright, Impact. We've been giving you a hard time tonight. Now it's time to prove us wrong and make us shut up. Spawning up the top left-hand side of the map, it's Impact.
And spawning in the bottom right, it's Cure. He is one game away from 4-1ing this thing.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Impact he beat alive. And what was the score for that? That was 3-1, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
And he didn't make Broodlords there either.
No. But then Kier just is too good of a Terran to not make Broodlords against.
Correct. Just correct. Like, there's nothing else to add there.
Nope. Let's just enjoy this game.
Yes. Hey, look, a Reaper.
Huh. Would you look at that? SCV Scout. Just confirming that the Zerg is not cheesing. I really have been enjoying the bio play from Cure.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some Terrans would usually feel like, in a sense, some Terrans I get the feeling that they'd be like, okay, if I play bio versus the Zerg, they're just gonna turtle and or whatever and hang on long enough to reach that late game tech, and that's where bio has its shortcomings. Whereas Kiriki's just like, versus Impact, I'll just play bio and then go into late game, and I got no problem.
Making sense.
Third CC on the way for Impact for Cure once again. I wouldn't mind something like a Nidus out of the Zerg.
He's done them before, so I mean
Yeah.
that's something he's willing to do.
Oh. Oh, good save. Reaper is trying to make it out of there. Oh, gotta go south. Does he make it out?
Oh, he does!
What a good Reaper.
Makes it to the exit. Look how those arrows on that little hop-up spot. Like,
Paint
hey
them
guy,
just for the Reapers.
in case you weren't paying attention to the training before this map, here's where you hop up.
See, now here's a question. Does the automated Reaper jumping system look at the arrows?
No. Again,
why
all
would
it
there
does,
be arrows if it's automatic?
That's what I'm saying. The arrows are dumb. They have no purpose.
Oh boy.
Liberator coming in pretty fast out of Cure. No Viking today. Or on this game, anyway.
I do love watching some Liberator harassment.
It's hard to win a game with a Liberator.
Yeah, not being able to kill buildings really is a big setback. A
Yeah.
lair at the third base for Impact is interesting. He loses 2-3 drones for these Hellions and the Reaper. Interesting choice from Kira to sack those. Normally I'd say, that wasn't really worth it, but he did identify the exact lair timing, which is nice. And when Impact was kind of trying to be sneaky, I feel, building that at his third. Yeah, and oh, look at that. Impact is kind of denied... Or, I mean, I guess he did get a scout in there. He's still a little bit concerned about a Banshee or something, though, as he's building a Spore. Or I guess a drop or whatever. Liberator.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, making a Spore in each of your bases at about 4.5 minutes is just a great idea anyway.
Oh, okay.
Generally not going to regret that as a Zerg player. Like here, how nice would a Spore be?
Pretty good.
Pretty
Oh,
good.
the drones.
That one was outside the circle. That's bullcrap. Ooh, dances back in.
Oh.
And Queen's in the circle. Queen! Oh. That's what I'm talking about. Liberator, some damage. Where'd she go?
Into the water.
Oh, right.
Maybe it's acid. Just dissolves everything.
Dissolves everything. It's a pretty impressive acid. Instantly dissolves Liberators and their pilots.
Oh, Hellions could have overextended here a little bit.
Hellions are sneaky, though. They're slippery guys.
Yeah, I don't know if they're that
Not these
slippery,
ones, though.
That feels good for the Zerg, shutting those down.
For sure. Drone up real hard now. Centrifugal hook's on the way. A Hydralisk!
Oh, finally!
That's
Thank
new!
Gosh!
I also accept Hydralisks
Yes.
as an answer.
Hydralisk
Roach,
is an
not an
acceptable answer.
Roach, bad answer. Mutalisks, bad answer. Hydralisk, fine answer.
I'll take it.
Yes.
You make
All
yourself
right,
some Hydras. You make yourself some Banes.
Oh, yeah.
The Hydras have high DPS while the Terran is trying to retreat versus the Banes. Works well.
Taking off the medevacs as they're trying to run away. It's nice.
Absolutely. Good drop to clean up some creep, however, Impact is just going to replace that. Seems a little futile for the Terran to be doing that, however, eventually you keep doing it until something sticks. Another drop going to be coming on in as Kira is continuing on with his rapid just drops everywhere. Viking finds himself an Overlord. Oh, that was very good for impact.
Some decent Baneling hits for sure.
You're not expecting the Banes to be coming from that direction. Why would Banelings come from behind? Nice around there.
And really, I feel like that's about 80% of winning a Zerg is getting surrounds.
Yeah.
If you can do that, you're going to have a pretty decent time.
Or really just shutting down the Terran drops and pokes by any means.
Yeah.
And that gives you the time to set up. Now we do see Kier coming on in. Widowmine gets an okay connection there. Kier, wow,
Hydras.
Look at that save.
Kier was like, ooh, I want to see the Hydras, but let's do a pickup and get out.
Now, the Hydra decision seems to be a very good choice from Impact, because Hydras are not bad versus Banes. Or are not bad versus Mines, pardon me.
Right. They've got the range, especially with the extra range upgrade.
Alright, now we see Kier still looking to poke in multiple locations. You gotta be careful, though, because the Hydras will punish and shut you down. Widowmine doesn't even get it shot off. Kier, though, is poking in multiple locations.
Bringing his Widowmines out. And Zerglings, ooh, unburrowing the Widowmines because they didn't want to fire.
Oh, this is really good. This is a good trade for Kier. Oh, there's some
no,
friendly fire. Oh, Banelings from the rear once more. Kier manages to avoid them that time, though.
And the Hydra is
very
chasing
dicey,
away.
though. Drop now moving in towards the main base. They were repelled from the 4th of the Zerg, now looking to get something done in the main. And so far, I don't think Impact knows about this. He's busy trying to defend at his 5th base location. And suddenly, Kier, with his multi-pronged harassment, is getting a lot done, dealing with these units as they trickle on in. The drop in the main has forced all mining off at this main. It is
Once
repelled,
again,
though.
you cannot stick around at all when the Hydras show up. Like, in previous games, he would have stuck around, tried to kill some more drones, maybe a couple more Zerglings, and then picked up once it got crazy. But not that there are Hydras on the field, the medevacs have to get out of there. And that's nice. That's really nice for Impact. Still working on melee upgrades, though, which indicates to me he's going to go back to the Ultralisk well.
Yeah, I think you usually do just pick the melee, whether you're going Ultras or not, as the Banelings. Will connect better, but yeah, you're probably right with him going back into his Ultras.
And good for Broodlings, too. I mean, it's...
Now, there's only like one Baneling in this army here.
Yeah, you need more than one Baneling in this army.
Hydras are pretty good at trading out versus Vile. So Kier
now we're starting
repelled.
to see the tank production, which is the direct answer to the Hydras, and Kier just playing.
Yeah, he is playing well, that's for sure.
Tank setting up on the low ground, going to harass that
the
base.
drop
Drop on the
back
left
into
side,
the
doing
main.
serious work over here too.
Oh,
Going after that. Yeah, going after the Queen for some reason. He had some drones to pick off right there. Oh, the Baneling target fire is so good. Oh, the last one does get a massive hit off. More Banelings showing up. The target fire there is disgusting.
Still, though, yeah, Kier just pushing forward. The Hydras are starting to fall. Once again, Impact coming from behind is able to force the Terran away, though.
Loses a medevac, but not as much as it otherwise could have been.
No, and all considered, this game looks much, much closer than any previous ones, in a sense. Like, it just seems that everything is going slightly better for Impact with the addition of those Hydras. Viper's now on the way. Ultros Cavern is on the way as well, but the Hydras are really going to help him out. And when you have the Hydras and the Vipers that are now being added, it can get very, very punishing to a Terran. Although, man, this push does look nasty. Impact, though, just seemingly just crashing on in. Wow, wasting no time. Gets on in, cleans up most of the siege tanks.
A couple more siege tanks are there.
Yeah, it cost him a lot of his army, though.
Changelings get fired on before they change into anything. Some pretty good awareness there. Adrenal Gland's about to finish up here. +3 ground carapace and +3 ground attack on the way. 3-3 on the way from the Terran player. As well as concussive shell here at the 12-minute mark, which seems like it's late, but I guess better late than never. Attack up the right side here from Cure, pushing on up to this very wounded hatchery.
You gotta sack this if you're Impact.
There are no Banelings here. None.
No, a good concave for the Hydras. The rest of the army is coming to reinforce, so he will actually repel this. He left himself vulnerable on the left side, but there's not that much for Kier there. And is Impact going to be able to force this back? Oh, good Blinding Cloud.
Yeah, do love to see a good Blinding Cloud here for sure.
Oh, wrap around on these units maybe? Catch a couple? Impact's looking to push now. This is the first time I feel he's been on Kier's side of the map in strength in quite a while. Parasitic Bomb going down on the Medivacs. Hydras are potentially overstepping here, though, and they do elect to retreat. Impact staying alive. He's now got his 3-3 on the way. Chitinous Plating on the way. Adrenal Gland's already finished up. Ultra's about to pop out. This game is looking just like a minute or so away before Impact is looking like a very scary Zerg, and Kier has to start looking for other answers here.
Hydra standing in pretty well here. They're a little more tanky than you might expect. The tanks are really what they're concerned about. The Ultras have joined the party. Trying to get up front here, and Parasitic Bomb being tossed down on Medivacs, forcing them away. Kier just really kind of standing in and saying, why don't you knock me off this ledge?
Ooh,
and then the Banelings show up and they
forward.
do.
Vipers coming on in once again. Potential Blinding Clouds could help out, or Parasitic Bombs. We'll see. An Ultra moves forward. However, Chitinous Plating is not yet done, so the Ultras have suddenly died before their upgrade kicked in. And this is where the Zerg is starting to look like he might fall here. Yeah, it's just wearing too thin. GG, Kier. Able to take the 4-1 victory and winning, I believe, yet another Afreeca World. It's been a while, but I want to say that Kier has won one of these in the past.
I feel like I've cast one, so yeah.
Yes, so very well done.
Fantastic play. And I mean, as a Terran player, if you can tell your buddies when you go back home that he just won a best of 7 wherein the Zerg player made 0 Infestors and no Broodlords.
0 Infestors.
Well, maybe one.
He made
maybe
like one or two in one of the games.
Yeah, but they didn't accomplish anything, I don't think. The Vipers were... I liked the last game strategy, I did.
Yeah, that last
but I
game.
would have definitely preferred Broodlords over those Ultralisks to help with that composition. But, I don't know. I don't know if you made a bet or what, but he's definitely... never came close to making Broodlords. Never even made a Greater Spire. Never even made one. That's what I'm going to remember about this Afreeca World. It's just the utter lack of Broodlords out of Impact today. Rant.
Rant indeed. Yeah,
all right.
GG. All right.
I don't know what else to say, really, other than that. It was a very weird TvZ series.
Yeah, Kier won an Afreeca World quite a ways away. Like, he won event number 23, I'm just checking.
Oh,
Came second in 36. So he is a bit of a frequent flyer in Afreeca World. He's played in a few. But congratulations to Kier for winning that event. It's been a fun one to cast. Really loving the all-Korean StarCraft 2. We'll definitely be back in probably around 2 weeks, as usual.
Yeah, follow us both on Twitter. Our handles are under our faces. And that's where we like to tweet about upcoming Afreeca World events. You can also follow the Afreeca World Twitter account itself for information about that as they are scheduled.
Yes, we post whatever we can, really. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do check out Falcon Paladin and I. I mean, we both do commentaries on YouTube. Falcon is very consistent, and you've been doing it for quite a while now. Do you have anything else to add before we close on out?
No, just search Falcon Paladin. You'll find me on pretty much every platform you can stream on these days. And yeah, just come say hi. Say you're from Afreeca, and I will give you a shout out.
All right, yeah. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in. We shall see you next time. Have a good night,
all right,
morning or evening, wherever you are.